General manager left off that 2024 is not a year anybody in Ghana affiliated to sport has anything to do with sports will want to remember because of how bad it's been for us. You've been in the thick of things. Your video, in fact, was one of the videos which made the rounds very much during the AFCON when we considered that late goal, which meant that we were not going to make it into the round of 16. Walk us through that tournament, perhaps for starters, from your perspective being there, and what looked like the doldrums really for Ghana football.
Well, that's a tournament and a year that's, as a sports journalist, I would love to delete from the memory of Ghana sports ever collected. That tournament in Ivory Coast came with all the hopes and expectations because this is a neighboring country hosting the AFCON. Ghana, Ivory Coast have had a very good relationship. Weather, everything seemed perfect, and we had the best of players, but the preparation wasn't good. We, first of all, didn't have a venue to train. There was an intention to go to South Africa for camping. The weather in South Africa was contrary to what was in Ivory Coast. So the idea that was mooted after the backlash was overturned, and the team had to come to Kumasi to camp. And the players started complaining. Some of them spoke to us privately about the lack of facilities for them to train at their own backyard. They had to make do with a training facility that was not standard. They had to be using road that was very dusty from their hotel at the center of Kumasi to Abrankase, a private facility. And in the whole of Ghana, there was no facility for the Black Stars to train. So even before the tournament, there were players in camp who were murmuring, who were speaking to journalists about the plight, the treatment that they felt was not right. They've been playing for years. They are playing for top clubs in Europe. They come back home and they are subjected to such horrible facilities for training. So that should have sent some signal, because from my, own camp and knowledge of what the players had been discussing in camp, it was pretty clear that they were not well prepared for the AFCON in Ivory Coast. And also, after 2 games, you could see that in the absence of Kudus, who missed the first game, came back for the game against Egypt, we were a team without a leader. It was a team without any sort of direction. So when we got that 2-2 draw against Egypt, at least there was some glimmer of hope that we will be able to defeat Mozambique, who had never beaten Ghana at any tournament before. So meeting Mozambique was a better opportunity for the Black Stars to recover. We had scored 2 goals, and as a journalist, I was descending the terraces to come down for, post-match conference, which was like 5 minutes away. I took to the second terrace, and then I saw the equalizer, the first goal that came in. At least they have reduced the deficit, but 2 minutes to go is certainly a win for Ghana. And I came down again to the last part of the terrace and to go straight to the press conference room. And I saw that the goalkeeper was trying to feign innocence. What happened was that there was a ball that was very harmless, and Richard Ofori, the highlight of the year for any football fan, not in Ghana, in Africa, maybe globally, a ball that was harmless, going for a goal kick that should be welcoming, and then Ghana taking that goal kick will essentially be the last kick of the game for the Black Stars to secure qualification after missing out on qualification for the previous tournament. And then the goalkeeper touched the ball in Ghana's goal area, in the sight of the referee, and then tried to say he was innocent. And that everybody was startled. What happened for Richard Ofori? He was being shouted at by Amate and Co. to leave the ball. 3-4 seconds, he touched the ball. And that became a very significant and gloomy picture on the internet, particularly on social media, touching the ball. That literally led to Ghana conceding the second goal, which sent us packing from the up.
Which resulted in that video, which became all over the African continent, really, your reaction to it. We've seen you subsequently, and the rest of your colleagues as well, seek to have some action taken in the light of all the things we've seen, because on all fronts, our teams are not performing. I think in the last few weeks as well, we've had the Black Galaxies lose. We've seen the coach, Nora Hutla, for the Black Queens as well, making an exit, even though it looks like it's not being confirmed. You're still with Parliament seeking to have some action taken with respect to saving Ghana football. Are you so hopeful a lot can come out of that, considering that the committee has met you, has met the GFA and the like, and it looks like it's blame game and nothing really is wanting to come out of this?
Well, so after that tournament and from the Cote d'Ivoire and Cameroon one and the World Cup qualifiers and basically everything that's got to do with Ghana football, we thought that we have been talking for some time, and that's not changing anything significantly. So we had to take a step further by putting together a policy document, a proposal that we thought will help transform Ghana football. And we did a very massive but peaceful protest dubbed Save Ghana Football. Like you said, I have gone to the Parliament's house twice with a team, other conveners. We have done a lot in terms of explaining what we think should be done. So we have moved from talking and writing to doing what we are expected to do as sports journalists. Parliament invited us, and we have also tabled another proposal on top of what we did during the demonstration. We were told that the report will be put before Parliament for further assent. I don't know what has become of it. They have said that the report has been put together from all indications. Everybody involved in football has gone to Parliament. I am aware of what has gone into it, but I'm here to see the official report. Yeah, I'm yet to see the official document and what is contained in that. But I think something positive will come out. The main challenge was because of the lack of will from the Ministry of Youth and Sports. I think that they did not help the Ministry of Youth and Sports that is yet to be disbanded on the 7th of January. I think that they did not help in terms of whatever was put together and what effort that they also had to contribute in transforming Ghana football. But I'm waiting for that. I'm very hopeful. Perhaps there's a new government. If this proposal will be put, most of the committee members in Parliament that I met were members of the opposition party who have an opportunity now to push forth if they are quite interested in whatever has been put in that report.
Right. Let's just finally look ahead to 2025. We're not going to be at the AFCON. It looks like on that front, hopes are dashed. We still have a chance to qualify for the 2026 World Cup, even though it continues to look a bit shaky in terms of the football we're playing. How hopeful are you that 2025 can be a better year for us in terms of sports all around, not just football, because we were at the Paris Olympics, it wasn't so great. We couldn't, a number of our athletes which were expecting to be able to at least get to medal zones could not do that. What's 2025 going to look like in terms of sports?
Well, generally, like my senior colleague Uti has already outlined, Paris Olympic Games, no impact at all, literally forgotten. Like we never made it. The Paralympics have been the shining light in Ghana sports. And it's an area that we do not give an attention and focus to. The coverage has been very minimal, but the Paralympic team won the African Championship in 2023, won the African Paralympic football in 2024 in Egypt. They have been consistent. So to me, the highlights or the national team of the year should be the Paralympic team, which we normally don't give them. That you remember when the president promised them $10,000 after their win, and they had to demonstrate before the then opposition leader, John Dramani Mahama, gave them $10,000, which became a very big controversy around that team. So we have to give a lot of attention to the Paralympic team as well. We are not in CHAN, not going to qualify for the AFCON. The World Cup is next, and I think that I cannot be hopeful if we are still going to go by the same structure and system in place. We have to remove the trees that are falling on trees. There are so many problems that I still see that we are moving from 2024 to 2025. So it will be basically putting, an old wine in a new bottle. Nothing will change significantly if we do not make these changes before we enter the new year. Like the technical team of the Black Stars, they are the same team going to take up the World Cup qualifiers. And if we have failed in all this and we still do not have to make efforts in effecting such changes, I won't be hopeful if the same structure and system persists. But let's see what happens with the new administration, especially the Ministry of Sports. And we have forgotten the fact that Ghana was banned for the first time from playing at home. So the NSA and the Ministry of Sports should be well in trying to change things from next year.
Right then, Saddick, I appreciate that you could speak to us this evening. That Saddick Adams, Sports Obama, is what you know him for, speaking to us. He's also the convener, one of the lead conveners of Save Ghana Football, talking to us about